Well, everyone, this is Brett Crowley, and thank you for meeting with me today.
Pleasure.
Brett has a website, and it's called what?
tradieslegal.com.au.
tradieslegal.com.au. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Go ahead.
Tell me, I know that I've dealt with so many tradies, but tell me, what kind of debt collection messes have you seen tradies get themselves into in the past? What have you come across? What problems have they had?
Well, typically people think that tradies at times can be an easy touch and will not pay them the full amount, thinking that the tradies are not going to chase them. For instance, one of the first jobs that I did was for $70 for a real estate agent that didn't want to pay.
$70?
$70. Real estate agent didn't want to pay a tradie for putting some chandeliers up in their agency office. They thought the tradie wouldn't chase it, and they thought the tradie should not charge because they promised him future work. So it was $70 plus the court fees plus my fees. They ended up paying $600 instead of the $75 once we had finished with them.
And the tradie got his money back.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those. So I do a lot of work for the franchise businesses where they've got tradies doing the jobs from $60 up to $300, and people just think that they don't pay. We have a zero tolerance with that group, and we just go after everyone, from $60 and above.
So if we averaged out the last a few months sort of tradie jobs, what sort of dollars are you often dealing with? $5,000, $10,000, $20,000?
$60 to $400, and then some more significant ones at $2,000. I've currently got a tiler who's owed $9,000 for doing around a pool.
Yep.
Where the person hasn't paid because they think there's a couple of tiles that might face the wrong way.
All right.
So they think they can get out of paying $9,000. We've got him into court, and it's going to cost him about $11,000 by the time we're finished with him.
Goodness me.
And we've just won a couple of cases in the local court in the Downing Centre for $24,000 and $30,000.
Do you ever take on court cases that you don't know if you'll win or not?
No, we work on a no-win, no-pay basis, so we don't take cases that are a problem. But we rarely have tradies that ever come to us with a case that's not going to win. They're generally fair income cases where they haven't been paid and they're entitled to be paid.
Fair enough. Now, what things could the tradie have done to make it easier on themselves to collect the debt, covering their butt?
They need to move fast. They shouldn't let the debt get too old. But we can chase anything through the courts for up to 6 years old.
6 years?
We can go back 6 years. So the things that they need to do is to make sure that they've got some writing.
Yep.
Something in writing that sets out the terms, sets out the deal. So for building trades, they should use the contracts that are on the Department of Fair Trading website. Fill those in. It's pretty easy. Standard form contracts, just fill it in. Alternatively, for other businesses, just make sure they've got a quote that's comprehensive, that sets out all the terms, what they're going to do, how much and when they're going to get paid, and make sure the customer signs it. And then for smaller jobs where you might just get called out quickly to do a job overnight, just make sure you send an email to say, I'm coming to do it, or I've done this job, this is how much it is, and you have to pay then when I've got the job done. So just something by way of an email.
So an email is enough evidence?
We've won a number of cases with just emails evidencing the contract on our side.
Wonderful. Now, what happens when you pick up these cases, and how does it usually proceed once you pick it up?
Well, we pick them up after the tradie or the small business has done all they can to recover the money.
Yep.
So we don't bother with letters of demand and that sort of thing. We just go straight to court, serve them with a statement of claim, and generally once they receive the statement of claim, they fall over and they pay. They don't want to go any further, they don't want to engage a solicitor, and they're most often surprised because they don't think the tradie would have taken that route. They thought it would have been too hard for the tradie and that they won't pursue it. If they put in a defence, if they want to take them on, then we're happy to run the case. We collect the evidence, we run the court case. If it's a small claim under $10,000, the tradie never has to go to court, never has to give evidence.
Well, he doesn't have to go to court either.
No, small claims are all done on written statements. There's no calling of witnesses. So the tradie just has to tell the story. We put it into the written statement.
Yep.
And we turn up at court and argue it in front of the magistrate.
Yes.
But there's no calling of witnesses. So no one has to get in the witness box. We just gather all the evidence and present it to the court.
Okay. Well, how come the debtor has to pay all your expenses?
It's the court rules. As soon as you lodge a statement of claim, under the court rules, the debtor has to pay the court filing fees, they have to pay the service fees, and the court automatically awards the solicitor's fees against the debtor, and they have to pay the whole lot. So typically a $5,000 claim turns into about $6,500.
And the tradie still gets his $5,000.
The tradie gets his $5,000 and we get the $1,500 on top of that. And if we lose, which doesn't happen because we only take cases that win, but what may happen is that the company that they're suing might go into liquidation or might have no money by the time we come to collect. And if that's the case, then we walk away. We don't charge the tradie anything. So the tradie's lost nothing except the amount that he doesn't get back on his invoice.
Oh, that's fair.
But he certainly doesn't pay us anything.
Now, what if the if the debtor finds there was a fault with the job?
So if we sue for $5,000 and there's an expansion joint or a tile that's done wrongly, and the customer wins on that point, well, my client will still get his $5,000, less say $200 for the faulty expansion joint or the tile that's gone the wrong way. The debtor still has to pay the $1,000 in fees on top of that.
All right.
So our client still gets his, say, $4,800 out of $5,000, and we still make the $1,000 fee on top of it.
Well, that's exciting stuff, and I'm really pleased to hear that. Now, what's the name of your website again?
It's tradieslegal.com.au.
tradieslegal.com.au, and thank you very, very much for coming and talking to us. A lot of tradies would love to hear what you have to say.
Okay, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Bye for now.